Hello fellow crafters, it's me Jessa from Jessa's Bazaar channel. I'm sorry that I haven't been active for the past 2 years despite the comments and the subscription and all the support from you guys. To be honest, I haven't been really well. I've dealt with physical and mental health issues for the past years and life caught up with me, but I want to be active again, not just for crafting but anything in between, because I know I'm not alone, and despite all the ups and downs of life, I can still wear my red lipstick. So I hope you'll still support me and you'll give me a chance, and that it's not too late for me to start all over again. Today my new video is a concept that I got from one of the commenters in my YouTube channel from over 2 years ago. Kip Connie 7412 suggested that it would be great if I could discuss more in depth about local yarns, and that I promised to talk faster than my old videos. So let's begin. Today we will focus on acrylic yarns in the Philippines, just acrylic yarns. So first, acrylic yarns that we are going to discuss, it's the Philippine brands in the local market. The first one that I have here is Monaco acrylic. This is a very common acrylic yarn that you can find in the market. Monaco acrylic yarn says hand knitting and crochet yarn. It's high bulk. I don't know if there's the 4-ply, the ply number, and it's 18 grams per this size. So you'd have an idea how much yarn to use if you know the weight of the yarn, or any yarn actually, not just acrylic yarn. So Monaco is best for beginners and crochet learners because it's cheap. This cost, I think now it's 12 Philippine pesos. It can be easily found in the market, and it's beginner friendly. The reason that it's beginner friendly is because of the thread, the quality of the thread. If you can see here, it's round. I can say, should I say that? I could say it's round. Like, it's very easy to wrap it around your hook. Let me show you, for example, like this. It's very easy to wrap it around your hook, and it's bulky, so it's not difficult to yarn over and pull your hook through. That's why it's beginner friendly. Monaco acrylic is a local brand from, I don't know which part in Luzon, but it's, I think, Bulacan. I'm not sure, but it's manufactured in the Philippines. Another local brand that I found is Love Knots. I'm thinking it's also under Monaco. It's hand knitting and crochet yarn, high bulk acrylic. And I think it's also, oh, not Monaco, but Manila Bay. This one is Monaco Manufacturing. Oh, there's the Caloocan. And this one is from Manila Bay, like the Canon mercerized cotton. That's also from Manila Bay. If you can see, this is I think 1250 from Gaisano. So you can find this easily in bookstores or malls. And this has more, Love Nuts yarn has more instruction in the label. It's 4-ply and treated for maximum resistance to shrinkage and pilling, and it is at approximately 35 meters, and I think this is also 18 grams and 100% acrylic yarn. But nothing else. But it has more instructions though than what we can see in Monaco acrylic. Another another acrylic yarn in the Philippines is I forgot, a Familia. For me personally, Familia is Monaco's market competition, but the difference is Familia, I think, has 200 grams 4-ply yarn cake readily available in the market. I'm not sure with Monaco acrylic, but the Familia has 200 grams 4-ply yarn cake, so you can imagine this is 18 grams. 200 is like a big ball of yarn. I know there's a 250 gram 4-ply yarn cake of Monaco like this, but it's hard to find. It's not so common. So Familia is, for me, Monaco's market competition. Another acrylic that I remember that I do not have right now, it's RH. As a beginner, I thought RH was Red Heart, like the USA brand Red Heart, but I later learned that it isn't. It's also acrylic that local paper makers use as, if you notice, notebook binders to remove the spring, the aluminum spring, and switch it with the RH yarn. It's also cheap and easy to find like Monaco. Now, these are the brands that are readily available in bookstores and shopping malls and even sari-sari store, I think. Some convenience stores have them, I think, for school projects. Now let's move on to acrylic yarns from Baguio City. The most common and popular is the Indophil. Sorry, Indophil. So for Indophil, it has, I think, a 4-ply spun together like what I have here, and also there's an 8-ply, I think. I haven't tried it, but it depends on the number of threads. I know that usually it's 4-ply spun together, like, you know, be grouped together like this. Let me show you. It's 4 strands of yarn grouped together to make a 1 thread like this, to form a thicker yarn. Indophil is versatile. It can be used for, I know a lot of crocheters use Indophil for bikinis because acrylic is not heavy. It does not absorb a lot of water, so when you soak it, it doesn't soak up a lot of water and sag So it's very popular and very accessible online, not locally though, not in the local market, but online, because it's made from Baguio. I am not sure where in Baguio, because when I went to Hangar Market, there were a lot of yarn makers there that I thought it's really from Baguio City. Another acrylic from Baguio City acrylic yarn is the Lanalon. It's also acrylic, so do not be confused with Indophil and Lanalon. They are both acrylic yarns. This is different in terms of threads because Lanalon is twisted threads to form a single yarn like so. Slightly thicker than a single thread of Indophil. So this is a single thread, 4-ply grouped together. Slightly thicker, but I know they are both sport weight or DK weight yarn. Now Lanalon is a bit rough when it comes to texture. It's a bit coarse to touch, which makes it beginner friendly because it does not slip easily from the hook or needles if you are knitting. So it's beginner friendly due to that. But it's not used for wearables in the crochet and knitting community, especially for babies and kids, because it's, like I said, coarse and rough to the touch. I bought my Lanalon yarn to make a beach picnic blanket, like a huge one. So that's the main purpose that I bought the Lanalon online. For Indophil, it has a smoother texture, and I know a lot of yarn sellers have now acquired soft to touch Indophil acrylic yarn. This is a bit challenging for beginners because it's spun like so, like this. So if you're a beginner, it might get tangled and one thread might get tangled, and you as a beginner, that's frustrating. But it has wide color options compared to Lanalon. I'm not sure why it's more popular, but Indophil is more common than Lanalon. I was able to make a sweater using Indophil, and it feels warm and soft. Great for air-conditioned areas and mountain areas, and even during the rainy season. And even, I don't know if right now people are going back to cinemas, but it's also good for cinemas because cinemas are cold, if I remember it right. Now, for the weight, Lanalon 200 grams and Indophil 200 grams are basically the same weight. They also look more or less the same, big, just by looking at it. Normally in the Philippines, yarns are measured by weight and not length. So it's rare to find yarn hanks and cakes by length. Approximately 200 grams of Lanalon or Indophil can make one adult beanie and 2 baby beanies, because one adult beanie, that's 100 grams more or less, and a baby beanie, you'd only need 50 grams. I made an adult beanie using less than 100 grams of Indophil. But that was a very basic beanie, just using a double crochet stitch. It could be more than 100 grams if your gauge is not tight or you follow a pattern that has yarn eater stitches like the star stitch. Now for the hook sizes for the yarns, generally there is a recommended hook or needle size for each yarn size. You can usually find that in the label in the mass-produced local yarns here, like the Monaco and the Love Nuts. For Lanalon, the recommended hook size is usually 2.5mm to 3mm because it is thinner than Indophil. While you can use up to 4mm for Indophil acrylic. But hook sizes really depend on the type of project you wish to make. Lace yarns when used with large hooks can result in web-like projects, and bulky yarns when used with slightly smaller hook size than what's recommended can result in tighter projects. Now for acrylic yarns, if you wish to know how to care for them, if it's a wearable project, block it. Blocking helps adjust the size and shape of the crochet item. Blocking helps you get flat corners and straight edges and helps fix unwilling curling. And if it's not wearable, a project such as like a bottle holder, then it's okay if you don't block acrylic yarns. But let's talk about blocking crochet projects in my future videos. Acrylic and other synthetic yarns can be washed and dried with your regular laundry soap. They don't shrink, they stretch with heat, so you always use cold water and air dry instead of sun dry. So I hope I was able to differentiate the different acrylic yarns in the local market in the Philippines. That is about that. I wish to make this video short as my comeback video, so I'll make more videos hopefully. So please subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!